and gentlemen, boys and girls, so here we are in my brand spanking new T95E6 Clan War Reward Tank. And we are on Westfield. As you can see, I still do not have my mod set up. I'm going to do that probably after I'm done making this video. So this is my very first match in the T95E6, and I'll tell you right now, whenever you take a new tank out, they all handle different. The guns handle different. Be it a derp gun, 100, 105, a 120, 128, a 155. The velocity of the shell. When you shoot, does it lob over what you're shooting at? Does it, and you'll see the problem I had was the shell kind of kept dunking into the dirt right before it would hit the target. It would go into the dirt. So I missed a lot of shots. But a lot of shots given were at quite a range. And also, on my very first match, I always try and play it a little bit safer just to get used to the tank. How it turns, how it handles. You don't want to take like an LTTB out and go hauling butt, hit a little hill and flip, because the center of gravity is different, and you can flip tanks easier depending on what you're, how fast you're going, what you hit, and how they handle. So, you want to figure out how they handle the gun. So always the first round you play it a little bit safe. So I come up to this little area, and I'm telling you right now, for 9 degrees of gun depression, this just seems like it's got so much more than 9. I've got a heck of a view range on this thing, though. I actually spotted that T49 down there. So we hit the FV4202, and then we take a nailed shot from a T30 that is off in these bushes somewhere over here, and he hit me hard. Took him about a quarter of my health in one shot. Hit me for 820. So I thought, we are going to play it a little bit safe, because I don't want to pop up there and get hit like that again, because that really hurt. I wonder where he did hit me, though. Be interested. Probably won't be able to see it. That's why I can't wait to get my mod pack back on here. Not seeing a turret shot. It would have been on the left side. Well, it's so dark I can't see that lower plate. That's why I definitely like having my mod pack on there. I think he hit me somewhere like over in here, but like I said, I can't even see it to tell you. But we see that T30 and we plug him for 471, and right out that, if you watch the shell as it blew, it kind of, right before it hit, it kind of started diving off. So I think it's going to take a little bit of getting used to this gun for targeting. I think I'm going to have to aim up a little bit higher, because you'll see me take several shots, and like this one right here, if you watch, aim dead center. Well, that one actually hit him in the track. The nice thing is it's got a pretty darn fast reload. Thought I was going to be able to get a shot on him. I think I actually shot that rock right here. I'm trying to be real careful not to pull out too, and here I'm leading the target, and I didn't lead it even close to far enough. So I'm not having very good success at hitting the targets I am shooting at right now. So now I know there's a T30 up in here. There's a bunch of tanks, and there's so watch this shell. That one, you can see it. It flies and it kind of dunks down. Like that one right there. I ended up taking his track off. I was aimed almost dead center, and it went far to the left and down and knocked his track off. I still got assisted damage on. No, I actually didn't get assisted damage on that. Huh. Seems like I would have, considering I knocked his flipping track off. But you can see over here, they're kind of getting, I don't want to say their butts handed to them. They actually held up pretty good, considering, yeah, our E5 got taken out, and our Centurion 1 got taken out. That was over there. It's the only problem when you get these guys in those houses. It's kind of hard to hit them. So what I was going to do is kind of head over this way to get an eye on these guys, because I've got darn good vision on this thing. But I saw this KR, and I'm like, I got to be able to hit him. I see him lighting up, so he's like in between houses. This KR pad gets lucky here. I missed several shots on him, like hitting houses and debris over there. And I hit him in the side and bounce. And I'm like, nice. APR, or AP round in the side of a Oho, and it bounces. But again, this M46, like that one, I have no clue. It must have hit a piece of a building over there or something. Like that one got pretty good shot. I am definitely going to change my loadout because I'm already down to 8 APCR or AP shells, and I haven't even started shooting any heat, and I didn't want to. I think I do shoot a couple. No, I can't remember. I think I shoot maybe 1 or 2. So I'm trying to get a shot on this IS-7, but he's tucked in those houses there pretty darn good. So I decide I'm going to go move up and see if I can get any shots on some stuff here. Like this shot here, just kind of P4 shots on my part. Maybe I just got to aim it a little bit better. That might be what it is. Like that one there. That one, did you see what I was talking about? How it looked like one doop, right into the dirt? I mean, I thought, oh, I got a for sure shot here, and boom, right into the dirt. Yeah, the IS-7 was dug in there like a tick. But they were just outside my view, so I actually go out on these tracks, or this little bridge right out here to get a better, further view range. Because, I mean, for a medium tank, I'm way out there. This, I mean, if you look at that, if he gets spotted in there, I can see him all the way from there, and I can spot him myself quite a ways across, all the way into those buildings over there. So I figured if I get up over here, I might be able to light that IS-7 up myself, but I didn't want to get in there too far up here where I started getting shot at and couldn't get out of there quick enough. I figured with the Leopard PTA booking across over there, if anything's going to light, he's going to light it and I'll be able to plug it. I like the 20 kph in reverse on this. It's really nice. That J Panther 2 over there ended up taking the STB1 out, which was good job on his part. So now I'm like, alright, this is getting a little redonkulous. I've only got 1,543 damage in. I need to push forward. I mean, I'm in a tier 10. All we got is 9s and 8s left other than artillery. And I thought, you know, I need to do a little bit of work here and help these guys and not sit back and just snipe the whole match. So I decided it's time to kind of follow along the ridge here and see what I can do for shots. Just as I'm aiming in on him, he moves into the building. I'm like, God bless America. And I'm like, I would have had that kill too. So now he's not going to move. I think he gets taken out by something with a derp gun if I remember right. It must be maybe artillery. No, somebody else took him out. I thought it was artillery, but must have been the Progetto 46. So basically I'm just skimming along. Oh wow, our Leopard PTA got hit hard there. I'm just kind of skimming along here just to where I'm outside their view range, but I can get them in my view range and get shots off at them. You saw the Object 257 light up for a second there. That round, I have no clue. I have no clue what happened to that round. Looked like I had a beautiful shot on him, and it just must have shot a Q-tip out of the barrel. I really do love the gun depression on this thing. For only 9 degrees of gun depression, I mean, just look at that. I mean, it just seems like it's a lot more than 9 degrees of gun depression. To me, it feels more like 10, 11, maybe 12 in some areas. It could be just because it's got a longer gun. You know, I don't know. But I really like the gun depression. For only 9, I could say that's plenty for this tank. It seems a lot more than 9, though. It really does. And this is, like I said, first match. I'm playing it pretty cautious. It's always nice when you win your first match, too. You don't want to start off with a loss. So I figure, alright, I'm going to head up this way, go for like the 28 Proto, or I see him get lit up and think I'm going to go up this hill right here and go after him. I didn't know you couldn't climb that hill. I've never tried before. So I get halfway up the hill and start spinning my tracks. It's a pretty good incline now. I mean, look at that. and then the old tracks just started spinning. I'm like, yeah, I don't think we're going up there. I figured I'd come around this way and go for the prototype, go for the IS-7, and the IS-7 got taken out, so I figured I'd go for the prototype, the 257, and work towards Artie, but the Leopard PTA had other plans for artillery. So yeah, so he had a beautiful shot right on my upper plate, and you can see he hit me right there. Obviously, that was a 100% penetrating shot for him. You know, I aimed for the cheek right here, and my gun, I don't know, I must have bumped my mouse or something, but it sure didn't go where I was aiming. But now I'm like, okay, I gotta shoot a premium. I had to take him out because if he hit me one more time, guaranteed I was dead. So now we're coming up over this hill, looking for the Object 257, and he gets lit up. I get a shot on him, and let's see where that turret bounced around. Oh, right here. The turret is wicked strong on this, but it's got that big tumor right there. I wish they'd strengthen that thing up to like the way the T110E5 used to be when it was buffed up really nice, because that cupola is very weak. It's got 350 some millimeters of turret armor, and it's got that cupola that's like, I think 100 something. I mean, you really, really, really got to hide that. Oh, I didn't realize I still had a premium rounds loaded, but anyway, so yeah, first match, nothing too exciting. I mean, it was alright, nothing to write home about. I really do like this tank a lot. It was well worth the grind to get it with the Clan Wars. And, you know, I gotta say thank you to Harm for, you know, running me like they did in Clan Wars. I did drop out of Harm, kind of personal reasons. You know, I don't want to throw anybody under the train or under the bus or whatever you want to say, but the biggest reason I dropped out of Harm is because during the Clan Wars, a lot of the people that were calling the battles were just flaming assholes. I mean, they were mean, they were rude. If you did something wrong, they would try and belittle you and embarrass you in front of everybody like they were some big man. You know, it's just, I don't play that shit. And I don't care what clan I'm in. You know, if they're going to, and it wasn't just me. They did it to me once or twice. You know, I did make one mistake. That was a big fuck up on my part. But there was another time that, you know, the mistake was the caller didn't tell me to stop moving fast enough. And he said I was as fast as a dial-up modem and started busting my nuts in front of everybody. And it's just, you don't do that shit to people. I mean, to belittle them and make them feel like shit in front of everybody in your clan, that's just a rude asshole thing to do. And most of the callers were rude assholes. There were a few people, one of them, Flog, super guy, great guy. He was probably one of the best ones there. There was a couple other ones that were top-notch guys, but, you know, I'm not going to name any names for the people that were assholes. They know who they are. So, you know, if they want to run a clan like that, I don't want to be any part of it. You know, I'm glad I was in the clan to be able to get a Clan War reward tank. I don't want them to think I would just use them to get the tank, because I did plan on staying in the clan until after the Clan Wars, and it wasn't just me. I mean, I heard multiple times they would belittle, you know, a lot of other people for making stupid little mistakes. You know, and you just don't do that. If you got an issue with the way somebody did something in a clan war, after the match, you pull them aside, say, I want to talk to you. Hey, you know, you did this. Why? Okay, you know, you explain yourself to them. If, you know, it might make sense to them because they're not in your tank. They don't see what's going on, you know, the whole time, because they're in their own tank doing their own thing, and you get killed and they start calling you every name in the book and you're a piece of shit and you're worthless and how dumb, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You know, I don't play that. And like I said, the way they should do it is if you make a mistake or do something they didn't like, call you after the match, say, I need to talk to you real quick, pull you up into a room, or they don't even have to tell you. You know, they just pull you up into a room and say, hey, you know, what happened during that match? Well, you know, this tank was over here. You guys told me to push, but there was 4 guns pointing at me, so I didn't push because, you know, if I would have, I'd have been annihilated and you would have been, you know, knocked out and blah, blah, blah. So you explain yourself. Or if you make a mistake, hey, I screwed up. Hey, not a problem. Just try and not do it again. you know, but not, no, they didn't do that, and I didn't like that, and I just won't have any part of it. So anyways, I do thank Harm for, you know, having me in their clan for the 40, I think 46 days I was in. Thank you very much for letting me participate in Clan Wars with you and getting this beast. I do appreciate everything, you know, that you did for me, but you probably will have an issue with keeping people if you keep callers like that you have that do, you know, the kind of crap that they were doing. So anyways, enough said with that. If you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some post-game stats for you. So you guys take it easy, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we are on Westfield and the T95 E6. It's the Tier 10 Claymore reward tank that I got. I'm just gonna do the two videos with it. You got the very first one was my very first match in it. And then this is gonna be just a second match I had. It's actually the second match I had in it. And I don't have the post-game stats because at first I wasn't gonna do more than one replay in it, but or I mean show one replay, replay in it. But a lot of people, I guess, have been really kind of itching to see the replays in this and how it handles and stuff, and kind of where to shoot at it and kill it, because there's a lot of them out there right now. Easiest place to shoot it. It is very fast. I'm gonna pause it just real quick. Yeah, it does scoot right along. It is very fast medium. Now the turret has 350 some armor all the way around. So this part of the turret, don't even waste your shots on. Obviously this commander cupola is a big weak spot, and you have to be, well, the person driving it has to be real careful, because a lot of times that will stick up over a hill and people won't even realize that it's up over like a mound or something. I don't know, like on the T-57 Heavy, if you shoot them in this kind of cheeky area here, a lot of times you can penetrate. This side I don't think you could. This side, it's iffy. I really still don't think it's gonna, because it is very well sloped. Pretty much anywhere on the front of this, it's only got, I think it was 114 armor in the front, and anywhere in the back. It's only got 17, I believe, 17 or 19 millimeters of armor on the hull, I think it was. So the back, anywhere you're going to pen. So this thing is not really super hard to kill. If it gets hauled down, yeah, you just have to really work on this commander's cupola. But it does have 9 degrees of gun depression. It seems more than 9, but it is 9. I think it's just because it's got such a long gun. When you're coming over a hill, it just seems like that gun's pointing down further than 9 degrees. But we'll get back to the replay here. A lot of times people will play this tank, even though it's a medium, they'll play it more as a sniper. And a lot of times, the at least 2 matches I've had that I'm showing, that's kind of what I did. Definitely not a frontline tank. You try playing this as a frontline tank, you're going to be back in the garage within minutes, because unless you get hauled down, and then people don't really aim at that commander's cupola, which obviously most players, you get hauled down, that's what they're going to aim at. So you're still going to get penetrated unless you wiggle back and forth, because at distance, wiggling back and forth, it is not an easy thing to hit. So we get up here and we just kind of wait to see, because we've got an M41 Bulldog heading up this way, which in turn obviously is going to light that up there. But the funny thing was, I actually spotted the 121B, and the M41 that's over here didn't, which I was really very surprised. The 1390, he actually takes our Bulldog. Did he take him out? Yeah, he actually just took him out. I tried to get a quick stab shot there and ended up killing the dirt. This Centurion 5-1, I was really kind of shocked. He's one of our better players, and he popped up here and just completely got wrecked. I think his track fell off, but then he comes back up here again, and I started really worrying, because that's one of our better players, and when you start losing your better players in the first, 2 minutes of the match, it's like, oh, this is not working out well. But there's a 121B down there that's hauled down. And there was something else over there that was hauled down. And the 120B's got a really strong, it's got good frontal armor, strong turret. It's got really pretty good frontal hull armor. The only reason I didn't go with the 121B is because I've already got the 121, and the specs between the two were so really kind of minimal. They both had the same type of rounds. I think the penetration on the 121B was a little bit better, if I remember right, and I think it had a little bit better reload, but it does get more rounds. I forgot to change the loadout on this match too, but I knew this AMX 1390 was up here, so I auto lock on him, and I just smash into him, and he's putting them. Actually, I was surprised. I think he was putting them right through my turret. I've got my mod on here. Oh no, actually, it looks like he hit me in the gun. It looks like he hit me here. At one of his shots went in the upper plate. I thought he was aiming right at my turret, and I don't see how with that thick of armor he would be able to. He must be going through this. It's just not showing for some reason. Well, I ended up finishing him off here in a second. I was trying to get him to get back so I could ram him again, but we ended up, yeah, I actually did end up ramming him. But when I get back out of the grass here, so yeah, it looks like he put most, it was like one there. I don't know how that would count as a hit because it's your gun. There's not even a hitbox in these. And it's funny, I didn't realize this till probably, I don't know, 2 years after playing the game, because that looks like two separate hits right there. Unless they're modeling the gun as a hitbox now, I don't understand. But anyways, yeah, so for the first, I'd say 2 years, I didn't realize this, but the gun is basically out here from this point forward, right about here. Out here is just for looks. It does nothing. Your round actually exits your barrel from like right here. But you know, they work the dispersion and stuff, obviously. So, you know, when you got a tank that's got a long gun that's supposed to be a sniper, they just shrink down dispersion, even though the way I understand it, the round actually leaves right from, like, right out of the turret itself. It doesn't, it's just confusing because when you watch a replay, you see it looks like it's coming out the end of the barrel, you see the explosion out the end of the barrel, unless they've changed it. Last I knew, the round actually exited the barrel like right here at the very tip of the turret. But like I said, they might have changed that, but I know he definitely put a round there. I'm wondering if they actually changed it or something, because he put, it looks like 2 rounds in my turret, and he hit me total 3 times. Yeah, 1, 2, and the third one was before that, and 2 of the rounds were right on my gun, and it looked like it actually counted as a hit through my gun. So a little confused about that. Actually, a lot of confused about that. I'm going to read up and find out if they changed it. And actually if they model the gun as a hitbox in there now. Because, I mean, I've hit tanks, guns. I've been hitting the gun and it's knocked my gun out. But, like, if you look, I mean, he hit me right there. It's got 2, and that's penetrations. But it doesn't show my gun as being damaged at all. So, very interesting. So anyways, we take out the 1390, and then I figure I'm going to come over here and start working on the Centurion 7.1 and the 121B. We did lose quite a bit of health there. We're down to 1107, and so I know I got to play it kind of safe, and they're starting to get whittled down. Our heavies had finished out these guys out in the field. This Panther 2 kind of, I don't know if he knew where he was getting shot from, because he backed up, and he backed up even further for me to shoot him more. So we're getting some pretty good shots into that Panther 2. I think somebody else finished it. No, yeah, I thought somebody finished him off before I did. Now, 121B, like I said, if he's hauled down, yeah, I'm not going to be able, even with heat, which I started shooting some heat now at the 121B's turret, I don't think I'll go through it even with heat rounds. Now, the Centurion 7.1, I got a good snapshot on there because I just pulled the trigger and backed up. I was kind of surprised that really did hit. And Artie's putting some rounds down on it, but I thought, you know, I got a chance here. I'm going to kind of sneak forward and see if I can get some shots. I'm trying to get as much damage as I can before they're all dead. So I'm trying to make a quick move down here, and I'm not getting spotted. And these guys, I'm getting all the spotting damage for this. I'm up to 4,860 spotting damage because I'm spotting all these guys up here. Now the 121B is facing the other way, so we put one in his keister. And the Progetto, I take a shot at him here. I don't think I hit him. Yeah, I didn't lead that one even close to, no, somebody takes him out before I get a shot, and we move forward to go for their artillery now. One of them sitting right there. We Get him taken out, and all I got left is the GWE 100. Yeah. He was sitting behind something, I thought, behind a house or something. I think I take a shot here, because I'm like, where in the hell? He's got to be behind that. But somebody else ended up finishing him off. But, yeah, so we ended up winning that one 15-5. Did 2573 in damage, and we got 4,860 in assisted damage from lighting all these guys up that were staying up in this area. And we blocked one shot for 390, which obviously is right there. But yeah, I'm gonna look and find out how it works with the gun now, because that sure counted as hits, and it looks like it hit obviously right there, and it counted as hits and damaged me, but did not damage the gun. A little confused in that area. Obviously that one I can see would count as a hit, but these two right here, I'm a little bit, like I said, I'm going to check on that and find out if they moved the gun where the round actually does come out the end of the barrel, and if they put a hitbox in these guns now. So be kind of interesting. So my next video that I do, I'll try and remember to let you guys know what I find out about that. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and do the post-game stats from the first replay now, and then after that it'll be the end of the video, because I don't have the post-game stats for this one. I do apologize. But anyways, so if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll be back with the post-game stats for the very first match. You guys take it easy. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so this was a mediocre match. It was nothing special. First time I took this out, and I took a big slam from that T30 right off the bat, so that didn't help, because I lost a good chunk of my hit points right off the bat. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to the gun on this. It just, you'll see that I took a lot of shots. I mean, I had 21 shots, 12 hits, 7 pen. I did miss a lot of shots, but it seemed like the round, I would aim right, let's say, dead center of the tank, and it seemed like the round would go and then just kind of drop off. So it just takes a little bit of, even though a tank is a tank is a tank, they all have different specifications, different velocities of shell, different calibers, and so on and so forth. And this has got a wicked gun, and it is pretty accurate, .35. Aim time's pretty good at 1.83. I did, set it up a little bit different than I normally do. I went with gun rammer and coated optics and vents. I was contemplating doing the vertical stabs, just because it keeps that reticle shrunk in that much more, but with the way I set it up, it really bumped the view range out and the reload, and I really kind of like the way I set it up. But yeah, I did miss a lot of shots, and I think a lot of it's just I got to get used to the gun. Excuse me. It does handle a little bit different. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's all in my head. I don't know. You just take a couple rounds, do a couple matches with it. I'll get a lot more accurate with it. A lot of the shots I was taking were quite a distance away too, so that doesn't help. But anyways, so I did shoot a mixture of premium and standard rounds. I tried shooting mainly standard, but when I shot that T28 prototype, kind of in the weak spot on the turret, you want to shoot him in the cheeks there, and the standard round didn't go through. I had to shoot him with a premium round, or he was going to take me out, because if I bounced that round that I hit him with there, the very last round to knock him out, if I would have bounced that one, he would have taken me out, because the frontal hull armor on this is nothing special at all. It's only 114. It's got some slope to it, but he was also up high, so he was shooting down into me. So yeah. But anyways, so let's see, the Object 257, we hit him one time for 65 hit points, but we knocked him out and bounced one of his rounds for 440. The T30, I think that might have been the one that schmucked me there pretty good. We hit him twice for 828 and knocked out his track. The RU-251 hit him. I think he was moving, either that or it was quite a distance away. Just bumped his track off, so nothing special there. T49, we spotted him. He got hit for 176. FV-4202, we hit him one time for 385. KR Patton, we hit him once for 330, kind of a low roll. And the T28 prototype, we did hit him twice for 449 and finished him off. So we came in 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth highest in damage with 2,057. Got 2 kills, a base experience of 612. And I did play it really safe. I didn't rush right in because first match you take it with a tank, you want to kind of get a feel for it. See how the horsepower to weight ratio, if it's going to be able to climb up around a hill quicker to get behind somebody if you're going to have to circle strafe them. How fast you can make it from point A to point B if it's going to be a slow moving moss type or if it's going to zing over there, because this is a medium and it did book along pretty quick. We had 21 shots, 12 hit, and 7 pen, so you can see I did miss a substantial amount of shots. Did 2,057 damage, and from a distance of more than 300 meters, 1,543. We got hit 4 times, 3 pen, 1 did bounce for 440, and that was from the Object 277. I just said which one it was. 257. Good tank, too. Got a hell of a gun. Damage 6, destroyed 2, and damage with our assistance was 176. We did lose 34,637 credits. I did use a couple of, like the repair kit, and I think the first aid kit. Let me see here. 20. So yeah, I used one of each of those, and did shoot a couple premium rounds there, so yeah. So we did lose a little bit of cash there, but, you know, you gotta learn when you take these out. The first couple matches aren't going to be glorious and probably not going to make a ton of credits, but comes with the neighborhood. So anyways, this is a Clan War Rewards tank, and we're going to go over it real quick. I tell you, I love the looks of it. It is sweet looking. It is a medium tank, and it is pretty darn fast. Got a heck of a gun on it. 258 standard, which is AP. 340, which is heat, and 60 for your HE. 400 average damage on your standard and your premium, and 515 for your HE shells. And then I'll go over my stats. Got a so-so crew in it. I took them out of my M48 Patton. Being this is a premium tank, I can share it with the M48 Patton, and it keeps you at your 100% crew. But you can see if I hover over it, it says M48 Patton. And let's go over the stats of this tank now. Oops. Alrighty, so fire has 9.9 rounds a minute, so my reload is 6.6 seconds, which is actually pretty darn good. Turret traverse is 39.25, which is really actually pretty darn good, and the hull traverse is 50.15, which is phenomenal. Gun depression is -9 and +20. For -9, I tell you, it sure seems, maybe it's because of the length of the gun, but it sure seemed like it was more like 12. I mean, it just seems like it has really good gun depression. It just seemed a lot more than 9. The aim time is 1.83, and that's why I went with the coated optics, vents, and a gun rammer. Being under 2 seconds, when it's got a pretty good aim time like that, I prefer to go with vision, so you go with the coated optics, and vents, which kind of helps everything out. Dispersion's 0.35, so, you know, not the most accurate, and that might be why I was missing some of the shots that, you know, because it was a lot of stuff at long distance. Average damage per minute is phenomenal at 3643. You get 2,150 hit points. The hull armor is nothing to write home about. 114 on the hull in the front and 342 on the turret. The turret is phenomenal, but it does have that big tumor up top, so I've shot one of those, and it is easy to pen. That's kind of a big weak spot right there. So if you see me, just don't shoot me there. Yeah, and this is where it really kind of falls downhill, is the rest of the armor. You get 50 on the hull side and 76 on the turret. And on the back you get 19 on the hull and 50 on the turret. So if you see one of these, shoot it in the butt with HE, and you're going to do a ton of damage, because 19 millimeters of hull armor in the rear is literally nothing. That's almost like the 4502, the ship barn there. That one's got 14 all the way around. So yeah, 19 is nothing. Yeah, HE will go right through like butter. It's a 41.46 ton medium tank. That's pretty standard weight for a medium tank. 750 horsepower engine, so your specific power to weight is 18.09, which is actually very good. Top speed is 56.3. and you will get to that pretty quick, and you get negative 20 in reverse, which is really nice. So if you get yourself stuck in a pickle, you can back out of it pretty quick. Concealment's 13.49, which is actually really pretty good, and on the move it's 10.87, so you don't really lose a lot even on the move. I got my view range up to 477 using the coded optics and the vents, and signal range is 777. Gotta have some sort of good luck there, 777. But anyways, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.